Please help me make more custom toys for you by supporting me on Patreon. Hello out there folks, this is Wakeangel2K1, and it's time to delve into the next figure on my personal custom project poll. It is Jake Clausen, also known as Razor from the SWAT Kats. Oh, SWAT Kats, one of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure one of my top 10 favorite cartoons of all time. Which is really saying something, I assure you. I am a huge animation fan, and it still is in my top 10. Let's see, I could go on for hours talking about how awesome this show is, but suffice to say, if you kind of cross Tank Cops with Star Fox, added a pinch of Batman, and everyone was an anthropomorphic cat, that's kind of what this show would be. It was epic. It was a fantastic show. It had 2 great seasons, and it would have had a third, except the network canceled it because they wanted some more family-friendly and educational cartoons, like Captain Planet. Yep. There's a reason why I was always bitter about Captain Planet, and that's because that show started when this show ended. Alright, so I got the official reference for Razor right here. As I recall, this is probably concept art from when the TV show was being pitched. That's pretty awesome. But it gives me a nice 360 view so I know what he looks like from all angles. That made this quite useful. Alright, so let's get to making the toy itself. So the base figure had to be somebody with a slim, long body and relatively short legs. It turns out that the best physical match I could find was Hiro Hamada from Big Hero 6. You know, the 4-inch toy line. The legs are a little bit longer proportionally speaking, but this really is the best thing I could find right now. And it's pretty darn close. So taking him apart, well, here's his head. You know what? I just kind of noticed it, but Hiro Hamada's kind of wearing a Zone Cop helmet. I mean, it has the ear things, the shape of it's pretty good. I mean, it even has a chin strap, which I wasn't able to make because, you know, Sonic's chin doesn't really have room for one. Well, you know, as sculpted. But, yeah, look at that. That's basically a Zone Cop helmet. So what I did was I cut off the ear thingies and then completely sculpted it over to make Jake's head. Yeah, so, yep, just completely sculpted it over. Here in the back view, you can see where the little tie for the mask is, and you can see the tiny little bit of Hiro's original head that comes out of there. Yeah, like, this thing is there just so it has the proper ball joint to go back on the neck peg. I really like the way the SWAT Cat head looks. I mean, it's a really cool helmet. You got that mask which makes your eyes look all white, and then you have that little overhanging thing, which actually, you know, like a baseball cap, it keeps the sun out of your eyes when you're flying in a high-performance jet. And, you know, it's just a really good design. I really like the way this looks. The tail is Blaze the Cat's, because I am contractually obligated to use at least one piece of a Sonic figure in every custom I make. Not really, but it was just a convenient cat tail I happen to have around. Now, the thing with Hiro's body is that it's made out of that hard plastic that, you know, you can't soften it by boiling it or blowing it with a hairdryer, so there's no pulling the arms out of the joints or the hips either. So that part all had to be done in one piece. Fortunately, it was still pretty easy to sculpt on all the bits that make it look like, you know, Razor's flight suit. The SWAT Cat's uniform kind of looks like a flight suit with a parachute harness on it, which is completely logical to what they should be wearing. And you know, all I had to do was cover up the shoulder and knee pads on the Hamada costume, because, I don't know, the knee pads are safe, but they look kind of silly when they're on your jet-flying vigilante. I also had to sculpt over the arms to make them look more like the puffy sleeves of a flight suit, and I even put on the barrels of the Glovatrix weapon on his right hand, which is traditionally where Razor would wear his Glovatrix weapon. I had to completely sculpt over the legs to make, you know, the long pants and the big bare cat foot look. You know, because in SWAT Cat world they have big 3-toed paw feet. The claws are made out of toothpicks to give it just that extra little bit of sharpness, which, you know, at this size is just really difficult to sculpt in. Alright, so with the final parts made, let's put them back together and see what the Razor figure looks like. Ooh, can you feel it? Can you feel it? It's that little piece of your childhood coming back to you as you see something. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, so this is the completed Razor figure. I think it looks pretty good. The legs are a little bit overlong, and kind of wish that the neck was a little longer, but you know, what can you do? It's a custom figure. You gotta stay within the proportions of the figure that existed. I love this. So the original creators of the SWAT Cats launched a successful Kickstarter campaign a few months ago to reboot the series. They got at least enough, I believe, to make an animated short to help establish the show's new look. I'm really excited to see what comes from that. I would absolutely love a SWAT Cat reboot. That would be just epic. It would be great. I would love that. And after all, it's the original creators. Okay, enough fanboy whining or happy whimpering. Alright, I'm signing off. Goodbye, folks.